get through our content here, and then we can, if we want to get off early, we can get off early. I've got Christmas jam to make.
Oh,
Gonna hand some out to the neighbors. I usually do cinnamon rolls and
What is Christmas jam?
so it's cranberries, strawberries, some orange, like you take sections of the orange. So you take the meat of the orange plus some orange zest, and then allspice, I think you do additional cloves. I'm trying to think, and cinnamon. There's like 3 or 4 different, so it's kind of like a spiced.
that sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good. And I think it was 2 years ago when I made it, I found it was really good with yogurt. At first I wasn't going to do it, but then I'm like, oh, let's see. And then it ended up being really good with yogurt. So
jam with yogurt. Interesting.
Well, I do jam with yogurt quite a bit because usually this jam has full sugar, but the other jams I make, I reduce the sugar greatly. Like, so if I do 6 or 7 cups of fruit, I'll do like maybe a half a cup of sugar. And you just use the natural pectins in the fruit to let it I cook it. So then it just kind of gets to a jam consistency versus putting in a gelatin or adding all the sugar to make the pectin work kind of thing. So it depends on how strict you are on your jam. If you like require a certain consistency with your jam, then it may not work as well for you. But I tend to, I don't care if it's a little looser. It's not like it's runny where it soaks in, you know what I mean? But
it's got to be able to stay on the bread and not run off when you do this.
Yes, it totally does that. Because while you're cooking it, you can do the test to see how it's going to be when it cools down, and then you know where you're at. So yeah,
I've never tried making that.
Yeah, I love making jam. It's nice and I just stick it in the freezer, so it's always available.
My mother-in-law makes jam but I'm sure she uses like cups and cups of sugar.
Yeah, when you use the traditional recipe, it's like just as much sugar as fruit. So
yeah, probably.
I just kind of make it up. All right, so let's talk about snacking. So I don't know why I was thinking about this today, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm sure we've talked about it at some time in the last year, but I thought, maybe this would be a good time to talk about it again. And in my head, I was kind of seeing this like infographic, like the yes or no, where you take different routes. And so, because it really comes down to you're snacking out of either habit or hunger, right? Either you're hungry and you want some food, or you're just in there because of some habit you've created. Maybe you go into the kitchen at certain times, maybe it's a certain time of the day, maybe it's some other trigger. You can that's a great place to explore the book Atomic Habits, because it helps you figure out, the triggers and how those works and how to change a trigger for a habit so that you can change your habit. But so let's talk about snacking in terms of habit or hunger. So if it's hunger, this is kind of an easier one, right? Because you can look back at your day and say, oh, maybe I didn't have as much to eat today as I normally do. And so I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat. Or maybe you had more exercise in your day versus like cardio can do a little bit of a spike in your hunger levels. It can change the hormone that gives you the hunger cravings and things like that. So it could be something related to that. Or maybe you're not eating on a plan where you're getting enough fuel, right? So maybe you need to look at, maybe you ate everything you were supposed to eat according to the bracket you were in. If you're doing portion fix or you're following Tubi mindset, maybe you had more water-filled vegetables than normal, things like that, right? So you kind of want to look at what your day consisted of. Are you getting enough fuel? Because that could also be the reason you're hungry, right? And then going for the snack. Hey, Maribel. So those are easy fixes, right? You just kind of determine, am I fueling enough? Did I eat enough today? And you get to decide, do I eat the snack or not eat the snack? And then obviously try to pick a snack that works well with your plan, right? So the trickier one is the habit piece. I personally had have broken, reoccurred, and broken again, and then sometimes do it now, a habit of having a sweet at what traditionally was the kids' bedtime, right? So like right around 8 o'clock. That would be always when I'd kind of have that, the house is quiet. I'll take a little piece of chocolate. Well, back then it was more than a piece of chocolate. It was some ice cream or, brownie or some other sweet I'd made, but that was the habit. It wasn't necessarily that I was hungry. It was that kind of reward time of day, just wanted a little something to relax with. So when it's a habit, I'm of the opinion it's not always bad. There's reasons for things, right? And if you just have to determine whether or not the habit is working for you, right? So if you're trying to work on a goal, a weight loss goal, or a goal of health, right? So maybe you don't want the brownie, maybe you'd rather have something else that's a little healthier, or maybe you don't want those extra calories, then you have to figure out, okay, so do I want to keep this habit? Do I want to still have this, me time at 8 o'clock at night, but maybe I do it with a cup of tea or a chocolate square that's just a, little piece of dark chocolate versus a full on 400 and 500 calorie item, ice cream, cupcake, whatever. So you can make that habit still stay and still work in your plan, still work in what you want to accomplish. So you can make that item less caloric, right? So that it works for you. You can eliminate the habit altogether. You can say, you know what, this just leads me down a road of more sugar or craving more sweets. And so I want to get rid of this habit. And so then you work toward changing that habit, eliminating it into something else. So that's kind of how I think about snacking. It's not necessarily like sometimes you're snacking and your snacks fit in your plan. And like maybe you really like to have something sweet at night. So you take a purple container and you have that at night. And then you're still totally fine, right? It's all, is that what you have now, Lily?
I have grape. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Right. So it's really because I know sometimes people are like, oh, I don't snack, right? But sometimes that's it. There's something about it that is part of our joy and our makes us feel like if you told me I can't ever have a chocolate square at night ever again, I'd be like, well, this is stupid. I quit. I'm done. Right. But my chocolate square doesn't interfere with how things are going for me. I've worked it in. And you know what I mean? So it's like just throwing everything out just because, snacking sounds like it might be bad or whatever isn't necessarily real life. And then when you try to eliminate all the things that maybe you like, that's when you go toward the, more bingey, oh, if I can't have anything, then I'm just going to have everything kind of feeling. Right. So, yeah, let's talk about snacking. I know we probably all do it. I found we can talk about this in a little bit. What's everybody do for their snacking? Or do you think you're a habit or a hungry snacker?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Especially now. I'm actually in my studio right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. But I can tell you, okay, this is definitely a life change. So this is what, day 9? I'm hungry as heck because I am like constantly walking back and forth, always doing something. So I'm in a physical job versus sitting on my behind all day. And I'm hungry. So my go-to is literally like peanut butter or just let's see, I had cherry tomatoes, I had some string cheese, I had yogurt but didn't eat it. But anyway, I'm trying to grab things that are either a healthy fat or a protein or carb or anything that I can that's easy because I'm having to pack my lunch. So yeah, I'm hungry all the time. And I I've noticed too, not that I'm losing weight, even though the previous owner told me I probably would lose weight because I'm going to be active all the time now. I know I'm just like standing here burning calories, literally. And I'm still working out too. So
Yeah, totally.
Right.
And yeah, you're in a whole new routine and you're like on the go doing everything for your business right now.
yeah, it's kind of, it's probably fun to watch me walk back and forth, walk. just, I just have to, because I have to do everything. I have to clean saunas. I have to, take out the trash. I mean, I'm not, again, I was basically chained down to a desk or a chair or whatever at home. And now I'm never there. I'm here now. So, yeah.
Are you bringing your Shakeology with you?
Yes, I have. I've done that too. I have it.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
probably going to have to find, you may have to even like set yourself an alarm to be like, girl, you need to eat.
Well, no.
So you don't get too hungry, right?
Yeah.
And reach for whatever. But yeah, you're definitely out of hunger.
I'm not okay. So in regards to like the level of hunger, I don't stay hungry because I know I need to eat something and it's going to be a healthy snack. I'm drinking my water too, so it's just I know that I need to eat something because I'm going to feel awful. So I kind of have to literally take like a 2-minute break. And by the time I walk there, grab my string cheese, come back here, I've already ate it. And so I'm on to the next thing. So it's just, I need, a couple of, spoonfuls of peanut butter. And I mean, it's quick, just quick eating. But I haven't got to the point like I'm starving or anything because I'm planning my day.
Well, good. That's good. At least you don't have that kind of bingey feeling, right? Where you're getting to the point where you don't have access to something and you're hungry, you're over hungry.
Well, and I have to also too, hopefully next month I can launch my nutrition coaching here. So I have to be an example. I mean,
yeah.
So I keep that in mind. Plus I'm still, it's been so hard. I'm still trying to get through. I'm on chapter 16. That is a long chapter. But I still, I got to finish that. And my goal is to be done by January 2nd. So get that done. But yeah, it's constant go, but because of the training I'm doing and exactly what you're talking about is your hunger cues. My body's telling me I need something and I'm listening to it. I'm not ignoring it.
Perfect.
So
yeah.
So I'm not eating like M&Ms or a candy bar or anything like that, but.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to talk about what kind of snacker you are?
Today was my worst day, I guess. I was like binging, how you say it. We went to the bakery and everybody picked the bread and I was like, yay! I'm like Shanti, except mine was Thursday, not Friday. So I was like, just one. And everybody's like, can I have one? I'm like, just take one for you guys, just one for me, and that's it. No more. But it was like a hectic day. I need to be more prepared on snacking and having it on site.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be like, what do I eat? I'm hungry, headache, and you just pick anything in there and it's not okay.
Right. Yeah. And we hit the zoo lights. That's like the light show at our zoo. And we all got elephant ears, right? And like and I knew I was gonna have part of an elephant ear. I split it with my husband. But like by the end of the night, I started having one of the headaches from having too much sugar because I'm totally not used to that right now. So it was and so it's like it's if you get too much, then you feel physically bad because of what you've had. And hopefully you don't beat yourself up too much about it because that cycle of things doesn't work, it doesn't help you progress for the next meal. But yeah, you're right. Having something, either having had something to eat before you're in front of some sweets, or just having another option, or even just splitting it, having a bite, having a portion of it versus, like if you said to one of your family, you know, like I'll split it with you, or you get your own if you want, but you can have half of mine too. You know, whatever. You don't want to necessarily take theirs away, but things like that work really well.
Yeah, that's what I normally do. And then afterwards, drink
Lots of
plenty
water.
of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. As soon as I got home, I chugged one of these of water
Yeah.
to like flush the sugar out. Like, let's just
Yes.
kind of get back to a regular level.
I was like, I know I haven't ate any carbs, but I'm like, this will help. That's it. No more.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is especially during the holidays, if don't bring it into the house or I'll eat it.
Yes. Yeah.
I was really good yesterday. I have a whole bag of dried mango from Costco size over there. I can see it right now. And I only had 5 pieces last night, so I was very good.
Those
But
are so
normally I
easy
have-
just to sit and do.
No, well, and that's one thing. One thing that I've learned is that I have to put it in a container and put the
Yes.
container away and otherwise you just mindlessly just eat.
Yep.
And so I've learned I have to, put the container away and just take, whatever my serving size that I'm going to take. And that helps me not overeat on things. But mango usually is just one of those things I just have no willpower.
Yeah. Yeah. And like holiday stuff, like I'll usually make something I know I'll like for like a holiday treat, right? Most of the time it's something that my favorite thing actually is you take 2 Ritz crackers, put peanut butter in the middle, and then you dip it in chocolate. And so I'll make those and then I store them in the freezer. So they're not out on the counter. So I have to, go searching for it. But then I can also just have it in the freezer and I'll have just one and then be fine. And like, I don't know, it's something about knowing it's available if I want it, but like, I don't, it's not the only time I'm going to get it. We've talked a lot about that. But then the other treat, like most of the stuff the kids want or what David wants for their holiday treat, I don't really like it as much, which is great. Cause then I can be like, oh, take it or leave it. It can sit there if it needs to, but most of the time I'll end up freezing stuff anyway, just so it stays more fresh. And then you can just pull it out as you need it, but it's not sitting out all the time. Cause I am definitely like, even when I'm sitting there making my shake, sometimes if I'm really hungry, I'll be like, oh, I'll just have a little of this. So it's like to not do that, you just kind of keep things off the counter or don't bring it into the house. That's all good stuff. Or like if you go to like some type of holiday party, don't bring home any leftovers from it or any, if people are pushing the cookies and snacks to take home at the end of the evening so they don't have it in their house, just kind of politely refuse. How about you, Sue? Oh, go ahead, Maribel.
Okay. I got to that point that I even buy the bread and it'll expire. I mean, it'll stay there for the whole week and I don't listen to it. And then I'm like, why did I even buy it? I want to eat it. And at the same time, it's like, no.
Yeah.
You have to remember, it's all about moderation too. I mean, you can have a piece of bread. You can have, it depending on what kind of bread it is. If it's a cinnamon roll, then you probably,
might want to skip it.
Yeah, I want to skip it, but or a donut, or Sean T can get away with it because he's Sean
I
T.
know, right? I get you on that one. Yep.
Yeah.
I think he burns. I think he burns 10,000 calories just walking around.
Probably, and my body does not work that way. But
No,
like yesterday, I did have a blueberry scone with my mom because we were celebrating, and I didn't worry about it. I was like, okay, whatever. But I ate on plan the rest of the day, and I didn't overeat on the mango at night. And sometimes you just got to take the treats when But again, you got to eat on plan the rest of the time.
I find
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I find that I eat purely out of boredom.
Right.
So I snack because I'm bored, or like I just wander in the kitchen just to get away from the desk for a little while, and then let's see, what can I eat? So I do need to break that habit. And if I'm not following a plan, like right now, I'm kind of in limbo. So I really need to sit down and just set my plan for the rest of the month. And I think that'll help me.
Yeah, that's actually what I was alluding to earlier. Like
Mhm.
when we were on the reset, it's this, and this, right? Or if
Yeah.
you're following portion fix, it's these containers. And you really, if you are really in the plan and you're following it, then it's kind of like you lose that, oh, I should go look and see what's around. Cause you're only,
Mhm.
you're like focused on, okay, this is what I get next, or this is what's happening next versus, I wonder what I need to eat in the refrigerator because it's going to go bad or whatever it is. And so it's pretty interesting how much that shifts then when you're off a plan and having to decide what, and like I feel like a little in limbo too, just because of the fact that like I'm like still eating a lot of vegan stuff, but I'm also
Mhm.
kind of like, well, am I getting enough of the stuff? Like, how is this like, am I, because I'm not quite as measured as I was. So it's, yeah, I think I need to like cinch it in a little bit more again. And just because I kind of like the fact that I was on, like, just, I knew what was going to happen. And there wasn't snacking in between because there
No, not at all. I
was
wasn't
the
even
option.
hungry. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's one of the things about snacking that I think people, especially if you're in weight loss mode, I think people miss the fact that maybe you're not on the right plan if you feel like you have to snack all the time too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you can't be in weight loss mode all the time. You really need to do focused effort where you're in maintenance for a while, go into a weight loss mode, and then come back into maintenance. And in maintenance, you should feel satisfied. You shouldn't feel overfull, but you should feel like you're getting what you need. You should have enough energy. And when you're getting that nutritional need, your cravings, your snacking goes way down. And if it's not, then that's another thing to look at, right? Then you need to, because it's probably not a nutritional issue. It's more of a habit issue, or maybe what's surrounding you, that kind of stuff. All right. Well, any questions, thoughts, concerns on snacking?
To Sue's point of that she wanders in the kitchen to find something. When I'm standing in front of the fridge, if I don't want to eat a vegetable, it's probably because I'm just grazing.
Yeah.
For me.
So you like to ask
Mhm.
yourself, like, am I willing to eat that carrot?
Yeah.
Or am
if
I
don't have a carrot, then that's probably just, I'm just grazing. Should
Yeah.
probably have some water.
It was so funny. Last night I made that baked ziti from Fixate, and Luke is not a fan of things with sauce, even though he loves macaroni and cheese. I don't know. It's whatever. He has a mental block against those kinds of things, casseroles. So he had some last night, but then he was like, well, I'm full. And I'm like, hey, I just got some apples if you want one. And he got right up and ate an apple. And he's a kid that doesn't eat unless he's actually hungry. And I'm like, oh, so you ate the apple, so you really are hungry still. You just don't want
You didn't want the baked ziti.
Does anybody? Yeah. What?
That's my when my kid's standing there in the same position, staring at the fridge.
Yep.
Like, get some vegetables. Nope, not hungry. Slam the door shut. Yep, thought so.
Exactly. Yeah. Does anybody have any food labels?
I don't.
Man, okay.
I know.
I have a yogurt.
Oh yeah, that's what I have every morning.
You do have this one?
But too
I
good.
should say pre-reset, I was having that every morning, and I just had another one. I just had it for the first time since the reset this morning. I get the Meyer lemon flavor or the cherry flavor.
Mm.
Oh, so they didn't. So this is that one.
The coconut. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't have lemon. Otherwise, I would have bought that because I like
Only
lemon.
Walmart have I seen the lemon and the
Okay.
cherry. But like our Safeways and stuff only have coconut, strawberry, and maybe blueberry or
Vanilla,
something. They're not
probably.
flavored.
It's vanilla because I was like, well, no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was curious how I would count it because it's
It's light on the protein, but it would be a red.
Mhm.
That's 12 grams of protein, 80 calories for the whole thing, 2 grams of fat. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have a lot. I mean, 3 grams of carbs. Doesn't have a lot of anything else in it. No fiber.
Yeah, it uses stevia to sweeten
Yeah.
it. And it has a nice sweetness. It's not overbearing. It's like just enough. And
I was
I sometimes will
curious.
combine it with fruit.
I was curious though, because it does say natural flavors in it. So
Yeah,
I know Beverly does not like natural flavors.
well, it just means they can put they can put a lot of different things in it without telling you. Yeah.
So, but it says no added sugar though. So the natural flavors wouldn't be any kind of sugar though.
No, I believe they'd have to list sugar. It would probably be extracts for the flavoring. And so whether or not those are natural is kind of up, you know what I mean? Like that's where it gets a little bit confusing. Because
Gotcha.
I think you can call a lot of things natural that may not be found in nature.
Yeah, that's what that's the only thing I was curious about was because it does say natural flavors.
Yeah.
So
Usually natural flavors are not sugars. They're going to be like what gives you the flavor. Like what gives you the flavoring.
yeah.
Like so like think about the random places where they can get the flavor of strawberry or vanilla that come from animals that their excretions.
Oh,
Like that.
no, really?
Beavers.
I'm
Hmm.
assuming it's coconut is the natural flavor because it says it tastes like coconut, but there's no actual coconut in it.
But I would think that they would say coconut if it was truly coconut.
Coconut. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, because they can derive flavors from random places that are natural in a sense.
Hmm.
But maybe not
It's
something
very-
you naturally
yeah.
eat.
You wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No. Yeah. So, and I don't know all the different things. I just know that one in particular with the beavers. And it's gross just to think about. I'm like,
That does sound gross.
but
Is allulose a sugar?
Yeah.
yes.
Interesting, because this one, this other one, I didn't take a picture of the front of it, but it was another one that was right next to this yogurt. It has 0 added sugars, but it has allulose in it.
Yeah.
Because it's
But
artificial.
it says 0 sugar on the front though.
Yeah.
but
That's
it's-
fine. They can still say that with an artificial sweetener.
Yeah.
Oh, just an
Yeah.
artificial.
If it's
one.
not caloric, that's
Right.
where you can say you haven't added sugar.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But so this is 11 grams of protein, 5 carbs, less than 1 gram of fiber, 60 calories, 0 fat. So would that
That's
be
yogurt?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Ultra filtered, non-fat
Fat.
milk, water,
Oh.
skim milk, allulose, and then it says it contains less than 2% of vanilla extract, natural flavors, tapioca flour, citrus fiber, gar gum, sea salt, stevia leaf, monk fruit, citric acid, enzymes, cultures.
Yeah. With the allulose, I'd go.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I was like, well, it says no added sugar. I was like, but that's sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I remember the first time I was looking at applesauces, I wanted an unsweetened applesauce. And there was a label that said no sugar. And then you turn it around and it's been sweetened with either, I can't remember if it was an alcohol or an artificial sweetener, but you really have to like the front, like we've talked about before, like they can say a lot of things on there, about no sugar. And then you really have to go to the back to see what's making it sweet.
Well, no, but even in the you can't see this. Even in the nutritional facts, it says no sugar, like 0 grams of sugar and 0 added sugars. So you actually have to read the ingredients.
It has to be caloric.
It
Yeah,
has
it has to be
allulose.
caloric for an added sugar to show up on the nutrition label because those allulose is not caloric, or sucralose or aspartame or any of those, or an
How
alcohol
sneaky.
is not caloric. Yeah.
Yeah. And often if it's going to be 0 fat or no fat, often there's an added something.
Yeah, like that tapioca fiber, and then there was another fiber in there. I can't remember what it's called, but like
Yeah.
those are probably making it feel like thicker, like
Mhm.
you know what I mean, to replace the fact that there's no fats in it, and it also I'm sure helps it stabilize and stay together.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
monk fruit extract, stevia leaf extract. What's the Reb M after the stevia leaf? Any idea?
That also stevia. That's just, it's the scientific name for
Mhm.
stevia.
Okay,
Mhm.
interesting. All right, well, I
It's
didn't buy
short-
that one. 'cause-
It's a shortened, but it's a shortening of the actual scientific name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have found the Two Goods has been fine for me. Mariana actually brought it on the call, I don't know, 8, 9 months ago. And that's when I saw it in our store, and started having it. But I do really, since the reset, I really like the maple syrup in the regular yogurt, just Greek yogurt. I really like that too.
I usually don't buy flavored at all. I usually get the Costco, I think non-fat Greek yogurt or something like that, and then I usually add like a coconut extract to it.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's
I,
Any
interesting.
sweetener?
What about honey?
or sometimes I
honey's
don't
good.
even do that.
Mhm.
I think honey's good. It's just it doesn't it's not as fluid as maple syrup. So depending on how your honey is, and if it's cold, then it might not mix in as well.
Right.
But the flavor, I mean, it'd be good.
Hmm.
It's very good, especially with granola.
Yeah.
Do granola and honey. That's one of my son's favorite is when he has yogurt like that.
Yeah.
My favorite, it was when I would still eat yogurt. It was the sweet leaf stevia drops
Mm.
that were the flavored. Like, so they had like a chocolate one and they had a toffee, and I mean, they have fruit flavored ones too. But they're natural extracts with a little bit of stevia basically. And so that's what I would add into my Greek yogurt.
Yeah. You could Wonder Whip it like Alana does. I mean, there's so many recipes out there to talk about, the proportions to put in it and how to flavor it up.
Yeah, that was kind of like what I did just before Alana was around.
Right? Yeah. You were Wonder Whipping before you knew what Wonder Whip was.
Yeah, exactly. And then once she was around doing it, I no longer ate yogurt. So
Right. You're like, that was so 2008 or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
right. Like, oh, great. I've been telling my clients to do this for a long time, but thank you,
Right.
Alana.
You're like, thanks for the tip. A little late.
I would also add in like a half a scoop of Shakeology.
Yeah, that's been in a couple recipes when I've been
Mhm.
looking on the blog stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if
And
I want to eat my
put a little
Shakeology
peanut
with a
butter.
spoon, I put it in yogurt.
And then you can actually put a little peanut butter in it too. And it was like
yeah.
a chocolate peanut butter. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, actually, I'm like salivating
Are you?
about that.
I'll tell you, I made the recipe that overnight oats,
Yeah.
the one that they had posted on it yesterday, and I did not like overnight oats before, and I love that recipe.
Okay, good.
so-
I should look at it because I can't stand overnight oats.
Oh, it's
Which
so
recipe
good.
was posted?
Yeah.
It was with Cafe Latte Shakeology. It's like the brown sugar, and I forget what it's called,
Is it
but
on the
it was
blog?
so good. No, you know what? I don't even know where I got it.
Because that sounds like one I posted or we talked about doing.
Or maybe, no, yes, somebody posted it, or I found it somewhere. I don't know where. Hold on, what's it called?
Maybe Melanie posted it in the job one.
No, it was, I don't remember where it was posted. Maple and brown sugar overnight oats.
Yeah, I was gonna do that one for one of our
Yeah.
meal preps.
It's so good.
Did you
Okay.
add the Shakeology at the end or overnight?
No, you do it overnight. So I wasn't sure I was going to like it, so I cut everything in half. But it's the oats, Shakeology, and nutmeg, and then I did coconut milk instead of almond milk. And then this morning I just sprinkled pecans and a little bit of maple syrup, and it was so stinking good.
I always
Mhm.
add the Shakeology the next morning.
Do
when I'm
you?
having it. Yeah,
Do
because
you
Yeah.
think it? Do you
everybody
think it
always
makes a
says that you
difference?
lose, as soon as you mix it with anything, you lose some of the nutrients. So
Oh,
that's why.
Yeah, you lose the
it.
pre and probiotic effectiveness, I think mostly.
Okay.
And digestive
after-
enzymes.
Yeah, yep, and the digestive enzymes. So
that's interesting because it does tell you just to mix it and
Mm-hmm.
do overnight. So I'll try it the other way next time.
I've seen that recently, and it's just like, why do they not? They specifically even tell you, I think it's on the package, it says to consume it within 30 minutes from mixing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm surprised about that too, because I know when we did that overnight oats recipe, for one of the meal preps,
Yeah.
I added mine afterwards, and I know we had a conversation about it too, and
Yeah,
that was my understanding, is you lose some of the nutrients. So
gotcha. Well, next
Yeah.
time I make it, I'll add it in the morning and see if it makes a difference.
Well, what's the liquid that goes into it?
Almond milk is what's
almond
in the
milk.
recipe.
Oh, it does say that. Okay. I'm like looking at it and I like
Are you-
literally skip right over that. Like I've read everything else like
That's
4
okay.
times.
Is it in the blog? I don't remember
It
where
is
I
in the
saw
blog.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you just search overnight oats, it'll pop up.
Okay. Yeah, because I had the recipe, I don't know, saved somewhere. I grabbed it from somewhere. Who knows?
All right, friends. I need to go eat. Dinner is
Okay.
ready for me.
What's
I'm
for dinner
having
tonight?
Asian stir fry from the reset.
Nice.
With
I'm gonna make a
chicken.
nori roll tonight from the reset, but I'm gonna put a little grilled salmon in it.
There you go. It's so good.
Nice. I roasted sweet potatoes and beets from the reset for tomorrow. Mhm.
So
Yeah,
that's what I forgot at the store. Beets. Dang it.
I love beets. They're so darn good, aren't
I
they?
know.
they
Yeah.
are. I like golden beets more than the red. Actually, I like them both.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
like them all.
Yeah.
I like the golden beets too. Those are yummy.
Mhm.
I like that I don't look like
Yeah.
I murdered someone with the golden beets.
Yeah, your hands do get kind of red.
Yeah. All right.
You
Well,
wanna
I
take
gotta
a
go.
See you later.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'll get a picture quick.
Oh.
Okay. Let me make sure Brandon's in. All right. Ready? Okay.
Perfect. Well, enjoy your dinner.
Thanks.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, what else do you guys want to talk about?
Since you guys were talking about granola, I have a question. Well, we went to a snack lab and we bought some cinnamon spice granola.
Yeah.
It's gluten-free, naturally sweetened, joyfully delicious. I have not tried it yet. Still in the package.
Okay.
Says GF rolled oats, walnuts, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, honey, coconut oil, and coconut sugar. But it doesn't have like a portion, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
You'll just want to use a yellow container, essentially for it. You'll just want, it might be if with a yellow container, depending on how much coconut oil is in it, it would probably be a teaspoon too. So like a yellow and a teaspoon for a yellow container. And depending on the walnuts,
What can I mix it with? I mean, I know I
I
probably
always
have
check-
like half of the yellow because I
yeah,
have never tried it.
I put it on yogurt. That's about the only
Okay.
time I eat granola.
Mhm.
Because otherwise I'll just sit there and eat the granola. But I really like it on yogurt.
Okay.
You can mix it with water or milk as well. Or
Yeah,
the
you can eat it like a
almond milk,
cereal.
Coconut milk. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll just without having the the breakdown of how much fat is in it, you're pretty safe with just assuming a yellow and a teaspoon. I mean, there might be a part of a blue in there or something, but you'll get close with the teaspoon. And, it's one of those things where it's a great sometimes, snack or food. You could even do if you have some purple containers left, you could do some fruit and then put the granola in with the fruit and kind of mix it up, would be good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
But it sounds like all good ingredients, and they used coconut sugar too, which gives you a little more fiber, which is good.
I must say, I was at the store earlier and trying to find a healthy salad dressing for the call tonight.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
I couldn't even find one. Like there
Yeah.
was not even like
It's hard.
even like the oil and vinegar and had crap in it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Because they have to have shelf life, right? So you're gonna find better ones in the refrigerated section, probably.
okay. I
Maybe,
didn't bother looking there.
But it's hard because they need to be shelf stable and you need to like them. So there's lots of things in it to help you enjoy it. I will say though, I didn't buy a lot of dressings before, but I also didn't eat a lot of salads before. I have a few dressings that I like to make, but the dressings from the Reset are delicious. And I just made the ginger miso one again today because I literally could drink it. It's like the best thing ever. So when I don't know if you have access. I wonder if you have access to those
I
recipes.
think you can Google it because I printed out all the recipes and have had all the recipes printed for a while, even before I bought the Reset kit. So you can just Google Ultimate Reset recipes and you'll get a whole list of them.
Okay. Yeah. I looked up a bunch of recipes on the blog because I had a gal ask me about the recipes. And so I looked them up on the blog and I was like, since I'm at the store, I'm just going to see if I can find something healthy. Well, no.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of preservatives and crap in it to, like you said, to hold the shelf life, I guess. I mean, one of them didn't expire until 2023. I was like, there can't be anything good in that if it doesn't.
Yum, right? And the ones on the Reset are pretty heavy in vinegar, so they are going to last in your refrigerator. And it only makes I think it maybe said 8 servings of 2 tablespoons. But it only makes about that much. And because they're vinegar heavy, they will last well in the refrigerator. So
I'm curious. So for a serving of dressing, what kind of fat content should you have? I mean, it was all over the map, like 12 grams of fat, 18. I mean, it was just, I thought a blue was 5 and up, right?
A good, I don't even remember what the grams are for a blue, but it's going to be an orange, right? And your ratio, when you're making, I can only say off of the Reset right now, the ratios are either 1-to-1 vinegar and oil or 2-to-1 where the oil is more than the vinegar. So you're getting, say, half that orange-ish in oil.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it'd be a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of dressing would be of oil. And that's why people, that's what's so funny, when you order a salad at a restaurant and everybody's like, oh, I'm watching my weight, I'm having a salad. Depending on the dressing they get, right? And then the amount of dressing, that's why Alana talks about, diluting it with some lemon juice before you put it on and things like that, because the amount of calories in dressings is so high.
I never put salad dressing on my plate.
I don't either. I always dip mine.
Dip on the side.
Me too.
Or I put it on a plate. I dump it out on a plate and then I stick my whatever it is on the plate so it doesn't get drenched.
Yeah. Yeah, because they always give you so much more than you need. Yeah.
I cringe at the amount of fat calories I used to eat with all the dressing and all the you know, because I had the same mentality. Oh, I'm eating a
Right.
salad.
I'm eating a
This is
salad. It's healthy.
like
Yeah.
3,000 calories later, you know,
Yeah.
or
And the
more.
bacon and the cheese and the croutons and whatever
yeah.
else, you know, they add to your salad. Cause there's,
Oh, yeah.
you know, there's always all these, you know, accessories, but not in the same accessory amount that like Alana does.
The candied walnuts, the eggs, the, you know, you just
Mhm.
add, it all adds up.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big misconceptions.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's everybody thinks, oh, I'm having a salad. I'm eating light for lunch.
Yeah. Lily, if
Well,
it's
and-
not, if you can't access the guide on Beachbody On Demand, just Google the Ultimate Reset like nutrition guide and it'll pop up because I can see it like right now. I just can't figure out, it won't let me forward it to you.
It's
Okay.
page 109 is where all the dressings are.
Yeah. And so, but it's the whole guide. So I literally just found the whole guide by Googling.
'Cause then she could use those.
And you can
to
even
make
look at the
dressing.
recipes. Yep. And the rest,
Interesting. Yeah,
everything's
I
right
just
there.
used some of the ones off of Fixate. There's a
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
honey
And
mustard
Autumn's got a
one
bunch of
and
great
a-
ones too.
Mhm.
Has anybody tried the tofu Caesar? I was curious about that.
No, I haven't.
I was curious about that because I don't normally eat Caesar, but occasionally it sounds really good, and so. But I
Yeah.
know it's just horrible for you. So.
Well, it's, yeah, I mean, it is and it isn't. The amount you get in it, like most of the time when they serve a Caesar is not great. But like if you have a homemade Caesar, it's all good ingredients. You know what I mean?
Yeah, homemade is better. I'm talking
Like-
about when you order at a restaurant, it's just not.
Yeah. It depends on if they make their own or, you know, what you're getting.
That's very true.
I make a creamy Parmesan dressing, and it's mostly Greek yogurt. And then I'll cut it with some lemon juice and stuff, and it's really delicious, but it doesn't take a lot. You know, you just drizzle a little bit on, especially when you thin it out. Thinning out really is like the best trick ever because it then gets on all your leaves, right? Is when it's thicker, it just kind of stays on some and it's harder to get it all tossed together and get the flavors on everything. But when it's thinner, then you can get it with less on all your pieces of lettuce and it works great.
Yeah.
I like
Well-
mixing it like with water, like orange container and then another orange container with water. Just mix it and then just pour it into the salad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or lemon juice works great too. If you want a little,
I haven't tried.
little more zip.
How
I don't know
about,
that I'd do a full orange of lemon juice, maybe a little lemon and a little water in that orange because a full orange of lemon might be a little too much. But
That
the
makes
lemon
sense.
juice really does help like with the flavor of it.
What about like amino acids? Could you cut it or would it give it too much weird flavor?
Well, it's pretty salty, so it depends. I don't know that you could cut it enough with it without impacting how salty it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I use that as my salad dressing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So.
You really should try the ginger miso one. Do you like the salad dressing you get at like a Japanese steakhouse?
I
It's
don't
like
think I've ever even tried it, but I like
it's like a
ginger and I
gingery
like miso.
creamy dressing. And it's, oh my God, it's so good.
Sounds good.
I might
I'll
like, makes me
definitely
want to have another salad tonight just to have,
Yeah, makes me want to go make some right now.
right?
I'll definitely
Mhm.
have to Google that.
So funny. All right, ladies. Well, I suppose we can wrap it up. I'm gonna go make some Christmas jam.
There you go. Did you decide on a date for the meal prep since the
I think we'll have to do the second, or is it the second or the
Yeah.
third? What did I say?
second?
Yeah, I think we'll need
The
to do the
second.
second
The
because I don't
third
want to push it out another week after
Yeah.
9th. That's too late. So, I mean, that'll be a good chance for people to get prepped for their New Year's resolutions, right?
Yeah, I think that's a perfect time to get.
That works for me.
Yeah, we'll just do the second. So I'll start looking at some recipes too and see. Every time I go through the blog, I always I save some of the ones that look really good in my notes so I can come back to them and see. There was like a shrimp one. Here, let me pull it up.
Do you have any like healthy cookie like that we could do?
Well, you don't necessarily want a cookie for after January though, right?
Oh,
You'd want
right,
that,
right.
you'd want that pre,
You're right. I want that now.
right?
Yeah.
Well, Bev was talking about those chocolate chip cookies on Fixate, that they're amazing.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's not Christmassy though to me.
No, it's not.
I need to try that. I just need to make the sugar cookie recipe that they came out with.
Can you use Christmas M&Ms in the recipe though, instead of chocolate
There
chips?
you go, instead of chocolate chips.
That's true.
That would make it Christmassy.
That's true.
I know all the tricks.
Follow me for more M&M recipes.
Follow me for M&M recipes. Just
Oh.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
can I get
just
my
finished our
M&Ms
cranberry
recap?
bars.
Or
Yeah, those look so good. I think
They
I
were-
have to make those for Christmas morning.
They were
were
so
good.
good.
Yeah. Along with my overnight oats.
There you go. Well, you don't even need the overnight oats because the
That
Christmas
has,
cranberry bars have a ton of oats in them.
oh, that's true. Yeah.
Pour yourself a glass of almond milk and have at it.
Yeah.
Bye, Kelly.
Good night,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Bye, Kelly.
Bye. Gonna go home.
Okay.
I'm glad you're going home. It's only 8 there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a long day. Yep.
Yeah.
But if I see any holiday cookie type things, I'll post them in the group.
Have you looked at the cookie recipes that they have in the Pixel and Hue thing?
No, oh no, I haven't. You know, the only thing I'm not crazy about in that, and I should post it in our group because I haven't been, is they
Yeah.
don't have any container. You know what I mean? You have no
True.
reference for how it
Yeah.
counts. And well, even if you're
Yeah.
not following it, it's still nice to know kind of the macro base of the.
Like, hey, I'm getting an extra blue here, or
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
3 yellows. Like I was looking at one recipe and it was like 2.5 yellows and a purple. And I was like, forget it.
Yeah.
Like, there's like half of my
Right. You're like, well, then I'm done for the day. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna eat 1 bar and like nothing else.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
Yeah, I do
there's
need to, I'll
nothing.
post those. I still haven't posted. I'll post those tonight to 2021 day because I meant to do that because there were some good looking ones in there. There's a lot of muffins and breads and those are all good ideas. I make cinnamon rolls and give them to the neighbors and but if there's like you can get those little mini bread pans if you like to do that kind of stuff, then it's kind of fun to give stuff like that.
It is.
Plus, then I feel like I'm making it instead of eating it. So that helps too. Like I still get the joy of being in the kitchen and doing it all without having to, then I hand it off to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Making it.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night.
You too.
Remember to
Thank
wear your
you.
red tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
tomorrow's
I better
red.
get it set now.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that. I'm gonna have to work out late tomorrow, so I won't be on in the morning because Luke has some tests in the morning. So then I don't know. I'll probably be on it maybe 10:30, 11.
I have a ride with Jared at 10.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'll be popping on when you're getting off then. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I'll be on from
Okay.
at least I'll be on in the morning and then 10 to 10:30.
Perfect. I am loving these 20-minute workouts.
Gone early.
I know.
Like, I don't know that I can go back.
I love
Yeah.
this morning. I love this morning. Beverly was not as excited about it.
She's
She
ready for the
wasn't?
longer ones.
No, I was like, the moves are so much fun. The wake up bounce, the
Yeah.
rainbow one. I was like, those are so much fun. Like they're not hard. Like
Mm-mm.
Right.
they get your heart rate like skyrocket, especially because your hands are above your head.
Yeah.
Like for most of the workout, basically. And
And
I was like,
yeah,
it
it
was-
feels like beginners can do it.
yeah,
right?
it was like fun cardio, but like at one point I looked down and my heart rate was 157. I was like, okay, I'll take this. I'm loving this. And she's like, oh, I didn't like that. I was like, but come on, some of the moves were fun.
Oh yeah. That's why it's
Yeah.
good we have so many trainers, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
let's
you
see
should-
what-
Yeah.
cycling is it's a good one, and she goes up like up the hills and everything, so it's a good burn.
Yeah, I heard that the cycle classes are really good, but I knew that today was good because I did it on Sunday before we restarted, and so I was like, I'm doing the cardio again because I know it's fun. So
I looked at the jumping jacks and I was like, nah, I'll try the cycling. That'll burn me up. And yeah, it did burn me up.
Hey, I was
am
thinking of getting
done.
a trip over my feet doing those jumping jacks. Yeah.
That's funny.
So, all right, guys. I'll see you later.
All right. See you later. Have a
Thank
good night.
you.
have a good night.